First of all, I want to thank the organizers for doing this tonight. I think that Iraq is the most important issue facing our country right now. We cannot address any of the other serious problems facing our nation until we do something about Iraq. One of the reasons I'm running in this race is that I think that our party, the Democratic Party, needs to show a little bit more guts and a little bit more backbone in standing up on this issue and a host of other issues. When I talk about Iraq, I'm talking about it. My ideas and my beliefs are not just based on what I've read and people I've talked to. They're based on my experiences. I served in Iraq as a U.S. Marine between September 2005 and March of 2006. I think that any solution to this problem, we all know that it was a disastrous mistake to go in, and we all know that Congress hasn't exercised proper oversight authority on the conduct of this war throughout it. But I'd like to spend some time talking about how we're going to get out of this situation. I think that any lasting solution to this problem is going to be a political solution generated by Iraqis themselves, not a military solution imposed by Americans. I want to give an example from my time there to illustrate what I'm talking about. About 2 months into my deployment, I was given about 15,000 detainee files along with several other military officers. Our mission was to go through these files and make determinations for many of the Iraqis that were being detained, that is, whether they should continue to be detained or whether they should be released. We were to make determinations on the threat level they had and the evidence against them. We went through these files, and truth be told, we were pretty strict about it. I mean, we didn't want any chance at all that we'd potentially release someone that could pose a threat to American forces. Fast forward 2 months later, we had the same mission. There were several thousand files that needed to be reviewed of detainees, except that this time it was the Iraqis themselves that were to review it. We were just to facilitate and coordinate the process. So we brought in several Iraqi attorneys as well as businessmen, and they were to go through these files. One of the worries, or concerns I should say, that we had was that they might be too lenient as they went through this and might release too many people. Those concerns were misplaced. The Iraqis were, if anything, much more strict as they reviewed these files and much more likely to keep these detainees in custody. And it was counterintuitive to me at first, but as I thought about it more, it made perfect sense. It's their mosques that they worship at, it's their schools that they send the kids to, and it's their supermarkets that they shop at. They want a safe and secure community for themselves just as much as we want a safe and secure community for ourselves. And what I think that story illustrates is that they are capable of making the right decisions for their country and looking forward. They are capable of politically doing the right thing. And so going forward, I think that our focus in the United States should not be on combat operations, but on non-combat operations, on helping create opportunities and foster opportunities for Iraqis to make the right political decisions for their country. What do I mean by that? I think that we need to decrease our troop presence in Iraq, and I think that we need to increase our diplomatic presence. I think we need to be helping them with economic growth, with things like mentoring their provincial and their local and their national leaders, with things like helping them find a solution to the oil revenue sharing problem, with helping them bring more Sunnis into the process there so they can have a true unity government. That is the only way we will have a lasting solution to this problem, is if we foster opportunities for Iraqis to make the right decisions for themselves about their country. It's only those Iraqi decisions that will have lasting legitimacy in that country. I'm convinced of it. And I'm also convinced that they're fully capable of doing it. I think they want a safe and secure society for themselves just as much as we want a safe and secure society for ourselves. I'm looking forward to talking more about these issues as the night progresses, but the bottom line is it's got to be a political solution. It can't be a military solution. And as a congressman, if I'm given the honor of representing you, I will work hard. I will do everything I can. I will give it everything I've got to ensure that Congress properly exercises its oversight authority over the conduct of this war. The days of blank checks have to go. We need to have specific goals, specific milestones, specific timetables, whatever you want to call it, as we fund this war going forward. And if they're not there, then we're just not going to send them the bill. Thank you.